Okay. So what this white section is down here, it's basically the same rules. You know, we're going to go ahead and open it up to the maximum time period we can. So you're going to slide that little slider all the way to the left. This is obviously what's new, is this right here, which is RSI. It's called RSI. Alright, so how to use these settings. The red line and the lower blue line are preset automatically. You can't change those. And it's simple. What I mentioned, or what I'm going to say here, is that whenever these white lines go over the red, that means it's, they call it overbought, and it's prime for a reversal. So this particular stock was never ever a candidate with RSI. It was never a candidate to actually trade because the bars never went over. By the way, the red line is 70. It has a value of 70. The blue is a value of 30. So there's only two conditions I'm looking for. Whenever the white bar goes over the red line, and if the white bars go below the blue. And never in the history I have here did that happen. So I would never even use this as a trade using RSI. Okay? Now, an example of using it. Now we've got some action going on over here. We definitely got some action. This stock here, ARRY, I found it on the 21st, on Saturday. Okay? Well, so, and technically it was on the 20th, because Saturdays, of course, the market's closed. So technically it was on, I found it Saturday, but the last bar was on the I think it was on the 20th. Yeah. Friday the 20th was our last trade day. So this is what's really kind of cool about this particular stock here, or I'm showing you how to use this. We use our same old rules from our method of the TSVXM method, and we'll go ahead and find the biggest peak up here. Let me back this up so you can see the whole thing. This is the biggest peak before what's currently going on, or today I should say. So we'll go through, get this red bar max, or get this red bar to really be accurate. So I'm looking at MACD numbers right now: 201, 217, 227, 235. So 235 was the biggest. 2.35. Now that red bar is the peak of this section. Now we're going to reduce the time frame. We don't, okay. Now we're really seeing when did MACD, when did this exceed this new red line, and what we would like, what ideally we want to see is these white lines reach a high simultaneously when the blue lines do. So, okay, 2.35. That one was at 2.25. So that did, the first time it exceeded 2.35 was here. It reached 2.67, and the RSI, our new indicator, it went to 84.05. That's an extreme overbought situation, and it's an extreme momentum. So we would have entered in I'm going to mark it here. Right here. 1, 2, 3 back. That's our first entry. Right there. Then, okay, and so I'm going to draw another line actually over here. I want it to be on this day. Okay. The reason being, you would have made a trade here. You would have made a trade right here. So the entry was on this day. Why? Because RSI was easily over the red bar on this day. The blue bar easily was at a high. Okay. And then the next day, and this is a little tough here. So this closed at $11.24, which actually was on the 17th of this month, not too long ago. We would have entered a week ago from today, the 17th. All right, so here we go. The next day, from $11.24, it closed at $11.36. By the letter of the law of our rules, we would have dollar cost averaged at $11.36. Then the cool thing is that, trying to get this as accurate as I can, on this day, today, it went down 5%, which easily would have hit our target of 2%. Our goal for this method, by the way, let me give you the name of this method. I will call this RSI/XM. And then you could put D3. Those are our acronyms. We entered here, DCA'd here, and at the very least, we would have quickly broke even or made our 2% profit. The way I'm trading as of right now for this year, I'm probably going to break even an awful lot because I want to be in and out or make a profit or break even. So I would have entered here. I would have figured out our profit point, which is halfway between $11.24 and $11.36. Okay, and obviously it easily did that today. It fell pretty hard so far. $10.71 it's fallen. It was the low today. Okay. Now with that said, this is the first example of showing you how to use RSI. So come down here. Here's another one. Okay. And this is I'll send you a list of what I've been researching. There's an awful lot of them here. In fact, you know what would be nice, since that is the whole point of that research I have. I'll bring that up right now. Wording now. So these are rules, just basic information on my research so far using RSI. So one of the rules: do not use on stocks where price jumps with a gap. The results were inconsistent. Kind of reading this right here. All right. Also, further further studying. Do not use on stocks where price jumps even without a gap. See number 2. This is number 2 here. This right here, if you could see my mouse, where it says in the white bars, where it has the 2 vertical, the white bars, it says break even, 2% profit. So this trade, if you go straight up, it could be a subjective, but that where the price bar jumps straight up, that's just on the tip of me not taking that trade. If I did take the trade on that day, which is like maybe the beginning of August, I would have broken even on that trade. Now, as you can see, the white bars, the RSI, and the blue MACD bars, they both exceeded the red line on the day we entered the trade. And this has been tested so far on at least 30, I think I have 33 stocks so far I've tested on this particular page, this Excel spreadsheet. And then before I started putting them on here, I probably looked at about another 10 or 12. So I'm approaching 50 stocks that this has worked consistently every time and quickly. So this indicator is amazing. And notice this, I'm using it with MACD. I am not using it with the TSV one. In fact, of course, as you could see, I've closed that window. It's still there. See, look, TSV is still there, but it seems to work very well with the MACDs because it's measuring momentum and overbought or oversold. Those combinations right now are working really, really well for us. So let me go back to what I was just discussing here. So that's the research so far of getting used to using this indicator. Yeah, I did. Okay, so what we're looking at, this one, which is a little bit different. If you notice at the MACD, okay, I don't have a horizontal line. I don't have like similar to the TSV XM where I have a horizontal line. I'm trying to, like, dang it. 22 is right here. See, like on this one, I have the red horizontal line, which is similar. Yeah. Well, up here, I don't, because I'm going to highlight this. What I'm testing right now is I got this particular stock, CETX, and I tested PM200. So that's what the diagonal line going up is. That on the far left where the line starts, that was an extreme. That was an extreme lower MACD bar. And where it goes up is 200. It's equal to equal and opposite 200% move. So that's what shows it there. Okay. Now what I'm testing is at that point, moving forward on the graph, bar to bar to bar to the right, I look down on the RSI bars until it exceeds 70. It goes higher than 70. And where that arrow is pointing at, I'll blow this up. Okay, I'm making it real obvious now. Where that arrow is pointing at is the first day that the RSI broke above the red line, which is at 70, which is our requirement, and simultaneously the MACD bar was exceeded. Okay, so if you look up here, what happened was beautiful. Our trade would have hit 2% easily the next day, easily. So anyway, what I'm trying to show you is so far I'm testing two different ways of using RSI with MACD. One is using the PM200, and the other one, of course, is using the horizontal bars from previous peaks. Do you follow?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. All right. So I think that concludes today. We spent a lot of time, a lot of time. And I'll just stop the video here.